Okay, gently against the...
We've been holding off on putting our new front entry door in because we didn't want it to get damaged during construction, but our tile guys are coming back, and so they need the jamb in place so they can tile right up to it. Plus our trim guys are coming back, so they're going to need it in for that as well. So time to get rid of the construction door.
Thankfully, huh?
Yeah. Our new front entry door is all Western red cedar. It's 8 feet high, 3.5 feet wide, so it's very impressive. It's manufactured by the same company that did our carriage style garage doors for us. And we got a chance to see them put it together at the factory. And even though it ends up very, very solid, they start out with smaller pieces to give it extra stability. That would be the strips of cedar that they glue up and clamp together to create what they call the stave cores. They're actually far more stable and less likely to warp or twist than a solid piece of the same size, so they work very well for rails and stiles. Well, you can't see them when the door is done. That's because they've been covered with solid pieces of cedar that have been hand-picked for the most beautiful colors. Then for strength, they use 5-inch dowels and waterproof glue to join the rails and stiles together. That's after being milled to the proper shapes and profiles. Then they all get pressed together in a frame clamp to create some very solid joints. Put in the panels, put in the glass, and the door is done. We also had them put a clear coat finish on at the factory. And of course, the advantage to having the same company do your entry doors and your garage doors is it's really easy to maintain your continuity of design and materials. It's an idea architects Mike Sherritt and Nora Kirkwold have endorsed from the start. So we were very happy to get a thumbs up from Nora when she came by to check out the garage doors.
It all ties together. You maybe won't notice it immediately, but subconsciously you'll notice the proportions of mutton bars and window grids.
Well, in this band right here is something that pretty much carries around the other doors, and you even see it happening in the windows.
Yeah, we kind of wanted to have this trim piece align with the sash of the double hung windows and kind of carry through.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you, I think we're in a good spot with these.
They look good.
It's a gorgeous look.
Anytime you install an exterior door, at least I do, it's a kind of a multi-step process. I have the opening prep now. Now I'm going to take the door out of the jamb because it's a heavy door. I'm going to dry fit the jamb to make sure there's no surprise when I put it in for good, because I don't like messing around with the caulk if you don't have to. Make sure that all my clearances work, make sure the sill's level, and then we take it back out, prep the sill with the flashing and the caulk, and then put the jamb in for real. Since we have set windows and a set space, we have to make sure that the door's centered in the opening. Once I get the jamb set and secured in place, I'm only going to shim the hinge side kind of tentatively, and then we'll re-hang the door in the opening and then use the door itself to set the jamb, making sure that the reveals are right, it swings easily, it doesn't hit the bottom.
Now that our reveal is looking really good, we're going to finish shimming our hinge side here and then move on to our latch side and get that nice and tweaked in, and then hopefully we'll be all done.
Some days things work out well. The door went in really sweet. I'm happy. Mim's not throwing stuff at me, so I think it went well.
Well, the entry door and the garage doors were actually made in 2 different parts of the factory, and they were put together a little bit differently. But the finish, the design, and materials are pretty much identical, so I'd say that's what I call architectural harmony.